actually didn't even tell my mom that I got my period until like 2.5 years later, which is absolutely ridiculous.
What's up, you guys? It's Leia. Welcome back to the Girls channel. So today we're going to be talking about what do you wish you had known when you first started your period. So we went on Instagram and we asked people what they wish they had known, and we're going to read some of those responses here today, and then also what the three of us wish we could tell ourselves when we were younger. Let's get into it. First response that we got is, it shouldn't hurt so bad that you wake up crying. That's not normal. And to speak up if things are abnormal. 100%. If you just got your period, or like you recently got it and you are commonly waking up every day on your period and you are crying from the pain, you're clutching your stomach, just get it checked out. Like, don't be afraid if you have something that just feels off or it feels like you cannot handle it. Please ask for help. And even if like everything's normal, at least you have that peace of mind that, okay, what I'm going through, I understand it and I know what it is. And if you do have cramps, please use some heat, lay down, relax, rest. Please take care of your body. Next one, it'll be messy and that's okay. Well, damn straight, man, you'll be bleeding for like 5 to 7 days every month. It is bound to be messy. You're bound to, like, you know, that period check, man, when you're like walking, you're like, hey girl, can you check me? So real, so needed. Shout out to those people. But periods are messy. It's just part of it. It is natural. We all been through it, man. Blood, I said it, blood. It's there. I can tell little 10-year-old, 11-year-old Zoya, when she first got her period, this is what I would say. Ask for help. Please eat chocolate. Please rest. Please be kind and take care of your body. Please take it easy. Rest. And be comfortable talking about it, and talking to your parents about it, and your friends about it, and your doctor about it. Like, it is so normal what you go through. And I remember when I had really severe cramps, I talked to my doctor about it. She was like, there's nothing like wrong with you, you just have really bad cramps. And I was like, okay, this is just what I have you know, to go through.
Okay, so the first one is not to sleep in tampons. One is like both, I don't know if you would call it a myth, but if you have a tampon in for too long, you can get toxic shock syndrome. But if you wear the tampon for 8 hours or less, you should be just fine. So if you're gonna sleep in your tampon, that's actually fine as long as you sleep for 8 hours or less. And if you think that you are gonna sleep in, or you might have it in longer than that, it's probably best just to switch to something else. This one is also about tampons. So it says that I might never use tampons and that's okay. I feel like there's a big stigma, especially when you were younger, like, oh,
like, you've got to use tampons right now, or I've got to be the same as my friends, and you use pads, that's gross.
The important part is to find what works for you. If you feel more comfortable wearing pads or a menstrual cup or period underwear, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with using what you feel comfortable with. And it's okay. It is natural. Your period is natural, and it doesn't make you gross or dirty, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. There is so much shame. Actually, the next one, I'm just going to read the next one because it kind of goes with that, but it says that you don't need to be ashamed of having a period. You don't need to be ashamed of having a period. If you are in a group of women, the odds that one of them is having their period at that moment is very, very likely. Like, it's completely normal. It's way natural. It's what your body does. You don't need to be ashamed of natural things your body does. I think transitioning into what I wish I would have known, I wish that I would have recognized how common periods were, and how common having issues with your period is. Even if it's super common to bleed through and it's fine and it happens to everyone and like you can figure it out, or that it's okay to feel like terrible and gross. and to feel like the hungriest you've ever felt in your whole life, it's totally fine because that's just part of what your body does. Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of with periods. Do what works for you. And yeah, we've got this. We good?
So excited to talk about periods. Someone mentioned that they wish they had known about menstrual cups when they first started their period. And I totally agree because I use menstrual cups and I absolutely love it. I know it's not for everyone and it can be a little scary, but if you are interested in trying it, I highly recommend it. It lasts way longer, it's safer, and there's way less leaking. So in my opinion, menstrual cups are awesome. There's lots of articles and other videos out there about them. If you're interested, I'd recommend watching those and seeing if it's something that you think you might be interested in. Okay, someone else said, it's okay to take it easy on your period and be kind to your body. This is something I feel like I definitely had to learn as I was growing up because I didn't want to act any different or be any different on my period, but I've learned over the years, like for me, I cannot go running or do like really intensive workouts on my period because it just makes my cramps absolutely terrible and I feel like crap. That like it's okay to not work out when it's especially on the first few days of your period, and I just have to do what's best for my body. And like I always get extremely hungry right before my period, and if I eat a little more or don't eat the best food right before, like that's okay. So just like be aware of your body and don't push yourself beyond your limits on your period. Okay, someone else said, you don't have to be embarrassed to talk about your period around other girls. I think this is a big one, especially when we're younger. I don't know, there's like, at least I felt like I never wanted anyone to know I was on my period because I didn't want them to treat me differently. I actually didn't even tell my mom that I got my period until like 2.5 years later, which is absolutely ridiculous because she's my mom. But I just like, I wanted to be independent and I didn't want anyone to like feel pity on me. But I have grown to embrace it and realize that it's something totally natural and actually really healthy to talk about. And then you can, I don't know, it just gives you a feeling that you're not so alone on your period. And yeah, I think it's something really healthy to talk about. Oh, that they wish that there was more information told to us so that we better understand our periods. And I totally agree with this one too. I think in school they give you like there's a little 30-minute intro of like, oh, this is a uterus and then blood is gonna come out of you, and it's like, what? And I know like from my personal experience and a lot of other people I talked to, when I first got my period, I was like, what is happening? Like, did I like poop my pants or something? And yeah, so I think it's definitely important to just like have those open conversations and have more information about your period. So go ask like your mom or another female figure in your life, or you can even talk to your friends. You can even ask us questions in the comments. Google can be a good resource. I know not everything on the internet is reliable, but there are things that are helpful there. So just do your research and talk openly about it with people, and then you'll get more feedback, and be willing to ask questions. It's not something we need to be embarrassed about. And yeah, like I said earlier, it's totally normal. So it's something you like ask every question that comes in your head. I wish that I would have known, or maybe just like thought about when I was younger. Like I said earlier, I was always really like embarrassed of my period and didn't want anyone to know. And now that I'm older, I realize that, yeah, it is like, it does suck in a lot of ways, in most ways. It's also like beautiful and something really cool about your body. that it's even able to do that. And so I wish people would have been more positive about periods, I guess, when I was younger, and not looked at it as this terrible thing that you have to hide, but something that's like just part of you as a woman and is actually really cool.
It's just, we want you to have better period experiences. We want you guys to feel so comfortable and open talking about anyone, so you don't have to go to a grocery store and like hide your pads or tampons when you're buying them with like some like random dish detergent that you picked up, you know? Like, it's just something that's totally natural, which it literally is. So don't be ashamed, start that conversation, do whatever makes you feel the most comfortable and pain-free, ask for help, and eat a crap ton of Nutella, man.